Hello for the 12th week of the ordinary time, but it's the feast of the Nativity of John the Baptist, the birth of John the Baptist. And I have chosen those readings for the day, Isaiah 49 and Luke 1:57 to 66. And it all has to do with the naming of and call of John the Baptist early on. So I'd like to talk about my name, John the Baptist's name, and hopefully your name. It goes something like this. My name, full Christian name, is Lawrence William Paul Joseph Hehman. Just call me Larry. Where I grew up in northern Kentucky, Cincinnati area, there were five Lawrence Hehmans. I didn't know any of the other four personally, and I didn't want to know them. Three of the five had a nickname called Stump. I didn't like Stump. It reminds me of a fire plug or a stump of a tree. At anywho, I do like my patron saint, Lawrence. Saint Lawrence. Saint Lawrence was one of the early deacons in the city of Rome, and he was martyred. I liked him in a sense, sort of interesting. One, he was in charge of the money in the church. I sort of like that. And the way he was martyred. Well, Lawrence was martyred. They killed him by grilling him alive. Yes, they put him on a grill, and he was sort of funny, maybe, but this is folklore. But when he was dying on the grill, he turned to his executioners and said, "Turn me over. I'm done on one side." Sick, humorous. At any rate, Lawrence was and became the patron saint of chefs, roasted on the grill, and the patron saint of comedians. Turn me over. I'm done on one side. Sick? I don't know. But at any rate, they named me Lawrence. I don't know why. We didn't have any Lawrences I didn't know any Lawrences. It wasn't close to any Lawrences, but they named me Lawrence. Even the word Lawrence is an old Roman name, comes from an old city southwest of Rome. Big deal. Sort of an interesting patron saint. Well, Elizabeth had John, or the Baptist. And at his christening or baptism or whatever, naming, call him Zachariah, like his father who was struck dumb. Call him Zachariah. No. Elizabeth says, call him John. And so they were doing this confusion, and finally they signaled to Zachariah and had him write on a slate, his name is to be John, not my name, Zachariah. Well, I looked up the etymology of the word John, and it has Ioannis, but even farther back, sort of two root words. One is Yah, Yahu, or Yahweh, meaning the Lord, Yahweh. And the other is Hanan, another Hebrew. I don't know any Hebrew, I just looked it up. Hanan, and it means gracious. To be gracious. And you can either interpret it as far as Yahweh is gracious, God is gracious, or graced by God, graced by Yahweh. And John certainly was graced by God. And he became a great prophet, and his mission in life was to prepare the way of the Lord, to preach repentance, goodness, give a sign of your goodness, and the like. John, of all the best, he's one of the best of the prophets, one of the best in the history of our church. My name, John the Baptist's name, and your name. Go Google your name on one of the search engines and find out the etymology of your name. What does it mean? Does it have any influence in your life? You know, like John's name, maybe like my name. Google it. I mean, Santa Lucia, Lucy, light, light bearer, light. It's sort of another pagan name, but you are the light of the world. My point is this: we're all called by God, by Yahweh, by the gracious Yahweh, to do something and be somebody and carry out, what does God want me to do? What does Jesus want me to do? And in all humility, like John, he's I'm not God, but I'm looking for the influence of God. And I want to carry out his work. And I want to speak and live the message of God. John was a humble person. He was so productive and well thought of and insightful that they thought he was the Messiah. No, 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 no. I'm not worthy to, New Translation, I'm not worthy to untie or tie his shoestrings. I'm not worthy to kiss his finger. What's your name? What are you doing for God, with God? Maybe even better said, what is God doing with you? Sometimes our names might even give us another hint of what it's all about. Today, the birthday of John the Baptist. Think about it. I think it's a good little prayer. Have a good day.